Alright, Beaulieu, welcome to another episode of the Jonny R Show. I'm Jonny R, and with me today is my guest, Red Lake Tribal Chair candidate. I have to say chair because I don't want to say chairman because that's not right. Kathryn, Jody, Beaulieu. I want to thank you for coming on.
Hey, me good.
Be an honor having you here because you're probably the highest ranking official ever in the tribal council that's been on. So it's quite an honor. Just want to thank you for coming on. But I don't know if you have any opening remarks you want to start with the for the audience.
I want to recognize you for having this opportunity available to the candidates, and also you as a family man, because I think you in the community set a good example. You are a family man. You are devoted to your kids and your wife. And I really appreciate that and honor you for that. And also to your sister Cheryl and her husband Greg for this business that they started. And it's a sign of success, and that's what we need to see more of in our community, to build the entrepreneurs and the ideas that people may have and support them in those efforts and those initiatives. Because that's what it's all about, is self-sufficiency and determination. And so the other part is that I am a graduate of the University of Duluth just recently, last May. And was it last May 2013? And time flies, but and that's a master's degree in tribal administration, tribal governance, and it was the first cohort. And I have a BA in double major in social work and Indian studies. So I think today, though, I want to concentrate on that social work part. Because it prepared me to address what I feel needs addressing in our community. I've been out door knocking, and people feel left out. There's safety issues within our homes, and I don't see how building more homes when we have serious conditions in the current homes is balanced. We need to balance that out because kids are getting sick. The very first home I went into was a young woman on a ventilator oxygen thing, and that really was disturbing, but it was like a big slap into my face as to what conditions are of our people that we can get together and make improvements on. I don't think it's necessarily all about profit. Yes, it is. We got to move forward. There has to be profit in order to meet the needs. But when we go around bragging about profit, like at the Trading Post, when they say in these political forums that the Trading Post was $875,000 in the hole. Holy cow. When I was on council, the council was the board. We only met twice in 4 years. So it's not surprising that something like that happened because the board wasn't on top of it. So that might justify having Red Lake Inc., but on the other hand, Red Lake Inc. is a major step in another direction, and the people need to be brought on board and informed instead of people coming at them and saying, oh, we have this new program now and we're out of the hole, and we're making $600,000+ profit. But excuse me, am I missing something here? Because was the profit of getting the Trading Post out of the hole based on the high prices that they have over there? And I really seriously think that I'm missing something when we're told that we should be happy because the Trading Post has a profit. I think one of the things that I would like to do, and I'm only one person, on the council. If elected, I'll be the chair. The chair has about four different things in the Constitution that they're responsible for. Conducting the meetings, voting in case of a tie, making sure that the ordinances and the resolutions are carried through, and overseeing the officers and the programs as far as, are they, what is the evaluation of the programs, and we never once had that evaluation when I was secretary. And I think that's an important piece that's missing. How are our women and children doing? Women are basically raising the kids. How are we supporting them in their efforts? Could we possibly build up more of a quality social services program so that young women raising our babies are having that support that they need, that maybe they perhaps didn't get? I'm not saying that nobody got it. We do have healthy families in our community. But we need to deal with the impact of single-parent homes. We need to get TANF in here. TANF is a social service program that we can align with our Anishinaabe values. And so Anishinaabe values would say, empower the women. There's a saying that a nation is not conquered until the backs of its women are on the ground. I've been through a lot in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I put my life on the line for our people in different things that I've done. And I think it's about time that women do rise up. And I did take a big, giant leap forward to even file for candidacy, but I really thought hard and heavy about it. Had a lot of encouragement. And then when I went and filed, I felt like a load had been lifted off my shoulders. Did you hear me go, shoulders? No. Sometimes I even whistle when I say S words, S word's not the F word. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, so along with education, I think it's important for us, for families, again, back to families, to articulate, tell our kids how important it is to get the education. I started at an early age, and I said, okay, you need to get your education. You need to be about getting maybe your college degree or a trade, and then you start having your kids, and then you have a way to support your family. Then and sometimes that isn't the case, And so then, how do we make up for that? We make up for it by supporting that young mother with the kids, giving her hope, giving her skills, telling, showing through example how important our families and our kids are. What do we have? We have Boys and Girls Club. Great. But then they even divide that down. This time for the young kids and this time for the older kids. We're a community in that circle. There is no division in that circle. Even within our governmental system, it's like a hierarchy. And it's not based on that circle of everybody, shared leadership, and everyone has something to contribute, and a shared vision. Oh my God, I don't know what the dream of I seen something printed, keep the dream alive, but I don't know what the dream is. I dream, I have my own ideas, as we all do, but until we bring it together and say, hey, I'd like to see this, we have the solutions. We do have the solutions but we have to give the opportunity to our people to come out, to get together. We're a social being, extended family system. That is as social and as extended as you can get as human beings. We're not that nuclear hierarchy system. We got to break ourselves free of what we've been conditioned to be in, because it's not our way, and that's why it's not working. Do it our way, Jonny R.
I was doing it. I understand the circle thing about it. Everybody is contributing. Everybody's voice be heard, not just one, like 11 people controlling everything for 10, 11,000 of us. And just has to be I felt that, man. That was good. I like that. That
shared vision, shared leadership, a belief, a positive regard for each other, and coming together as a people and having that social kind of interaction. That's what we're all about. Not just at funeral times, and it's great, we still really have that strong support for and with each other at that time. But I think we also need that through the course of the whole year, and not just in a time of crisis, time of sorrow. We are a happy people. We still have our humor. That's one of our strengths that has kept us alive. But in between time, it's like struggle, struggle, struggle. I don't want to struggle no more. I don't want to see our people struggle no more. I don't want to have a young man say, oh, I went to try to get some help because my furnace went out. I didn't have any heat during the winter, and I was told, go to CAP. He said he was there. Well, go over here. And you know, it's like, have we been so conditioned that these programs have taken away our kind of like responsibility for each other? No, I'm not trying to say dependency. I'm saying create the way for people to contribute to so that they themselves can stand on their own. And people who have hit me up for gas money.
That's what I was going to ask you about.
Yeah, that's happened.
Yeah.
Oh, I try to handle that ever so delicately. You know, I said, you know, that constitutes vote buying.
Yeah.
You know, and I just don't do it. I don't want to continue the dependency because I want to have that against the law. I so want that against the law because it continues a dependency. I want to be able to create with the community a way for people not to have to come during election time to hit someone up. I want it gone. I want it in our past. I want it, you know, and it's too bad that I say we have to make a law.
Yeah.
But there has to be some ethics, man, you know, individual ethics. A good leader has principles. A good leader has ethics. A good leader has morals. And I'm not talking about the mushroom morals. I'm talking about morals in the way you conduct your day-to-day business and how you either do have respect or you don't have respect, or you're doing things that you got something in the closet for or you don't. You got to be honest. You got to be upfront. You got to be out. If you're putting yourself out there, then set the example. Set it in a good way with pride and integrity and honesty, transparency. All those things are needed to build a strong nation. I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm able, I'm prepared. I prepared my whole lifetime to be in this position. You know, but it's up to the people. You know, it's up to the people. And I hope that if there will be a change. And change that we can all take pride in and take part in. Not just one person, not just a few. Not just, you know, everybody needs to be it needs to be an inclusive system. Not even a system, but an inclusive circle. We need to get back to that circle. The other thing that I thought of during the election thing is that those 2 points were, you know, vote buying and then, I can't think, and then that ethical thing that needs to be implemented,
I have actually seen. Well, I don't remember if it was during election time, but I saw a tribal council member get hit up by somebody. It was just for, I don't know what it's for, but like $10, $15, and I don't know if that really. That's where that was going, but you know, I can understand people needing help. But you know, the way it looked though, being that he was a council member, you know, if I saw maybe somebody else giving him, I could. It just. You know, the way you see it, really. It implies dependency. Yeah, that's what it
implies. What it implies is not ethical. You know, because you want to create a way for that person not to have to ask for anything. You want to be able to create ways for people to stand on their own 2 feet. But I'm not saying. There was another thing I was going to go with that, but. It just needs to be more of an inclusive, responsible, shared system, and people are spreading rumors, and you know, if they don't have anything on you, they'll make it up.
Yeah.
So Tito addressed that in that interview down there at Lucan's the other day, and they're saying that I wouldn't give out the payment, you know, but that's like a precedent. You don't break precedents when people during that time of year have been getting the $200 payment. But maybe there's a way where we could increase that, maybe not. But it will continue. I would not break something that has already been put in place, you know. And the other part of it is that I would like to see a radio station, like, you know.
Well, I was down at Leech Lake their radio manager or station manager was explaining to me, you know, the FCC gives once you're given a license or
Yeah.
whatever that is, you have like
Yeah.
a certain amount of time
Yeah.
to even, they need to see effort putting into,
Yeah.
and then I don't know what happened. I remember we had one around here.
Mhm.
I don't know what happened to that. And they said, you know, a res, they just put like plugged it into an iPod and it was up and going. And, you know, they just let them keep that
Wow.
license until they could actually
Grew.
build it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened with that.
That was
around
like
here.
way back in 2004, maybe
Yeah.
even before that, that
Mhm.
we had that license to do it.
Mhm.
What is keeping us stuck?
Yeah.
What is keeping us stuck?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I don't think that we need to be stuck anymore.
Yeah.
I think that we need to have a radio station, we need to have a heritage center. Heritage center would make it visible why we say we're proud to be Anishinaabe.
Mhm.
You know, we could share that with the young people, you know, we could
Mhm.
share that with people visiting, we could share that with anybody, everybody. We could show our kids our history. When they see it, they get it. When they hear it, you know, if you incorporate the 5 senses for our kids,
Mhm.
they learn better,
Yeah.
not just through reading or in a book,
Mhm.
experiential learning.
Yeah.
But where I was gonna, I know what I was gonna say, that vote buying and all that. I don't want to get too hung up on that because it's
Yeah.
just sickening. But to create an elders council so that we can remove that kind of donations and all this stuff away from the political body and have it with the elders, so that if people are in need, the elders will handle it.
Yeah.
You know, and we could take it further than that. Like if, let's say, and this is really my own idea, it probably never float, but just as a way of getting back to the center, getting back to the circle.
Mhm.
If there was someone that abused a child or abused, physically abused a woman, or vice versa, they would, and they were seen with like eagle feather bustles, that the elders council would have the right to say, excuse me, you violated a sacred trust, you violated and you abused your woman, you know.
Yeah.
But seriously get back to being disciplined people, because we were.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that we're so lax in some ways, you know, as far as continuing to ignore the need. We can't ignore the need.
Mhm.
You know, our houses are filled with mold. That's toxic. When we, it's great that more homes are being built,
Yeah.
but like I said earlier in this interview, what about the homes we have now?
Mhm.
You know, and it's also in correlation with building new homes, new roads we need. Okay, so then that means more trees are going down.
Mhm.
And what about having quality homes, like saving some trees so that it's actually planned out, so that this house has some trees instead of just all flat around it.
Mhm.
You know, really put in the effort to make it a quality place for people to live, you know, so that they have some natural things around instead of just, you know, all flattened in a house so close together, so cluttered. We weren't meant to
Mhm.
live that way. And also law enforcement needs to be increased as we increase more homes and more people moving back to the reservation. We have a thing going on now where there's more people on the reservation than off the reservation.
Mhm.
So how do we deal with that? You know, are we going to come to a point where we're going to dig into our own? Are we going to forests? You know, are we going to just deplete our own natural resources and just, you know, let it go and go and go until we're Plains Indians?
Mhm.
I was during the campaign season. I mean, during the forums, for the first one going down to the cities, I was giving some people a ride, and I picked up this birch bark stick, and it's pretty big. And I was picking it up at these forums. If we don't change our ways, this is the only thing we're going to have left, you know? Yeah. But no, I just, you know, in going back to education, I articulated that with my own 2 daughters.
Mhm.
And I was a single mom. And they both graduated. Both of them have degrees from the university. One has a master's. And I just really want to stress that. And another thing about our own school, they're going to do a 2 paths now. They're going to either have a vocational path or a career path in higher education. That's needed to be done like yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, and we need to define the critical professions of our community here, and replace well, not replace, but what I'm trying to say is we have too many Chamolks working on our reservation, you know.
Yeah.
And what does that say? You know, we can do it.
Mm-hmm.
We have to provide the ways of doing it. If the Indians across the nation, because if you are tribal chair, you need to be working on all levels.
Yeah.
State, Bemidji, national. So getting together with all the tribal chairs across the nation, if we could just press 3 issues: treaty rights, healthcare, and education. Every year, press it, press it, press it. Demand it.
Mm-hmm.
It's our entitlement through our
Mhm.
treaties. Treaty rights, health, and education. That take us a long way. And all this insurance now, you know, this talk of insurance, you got to buy insurance. I mean, I don't even see how people working at the casinos can even afford
No.
insurance. You know, are we wrapping up? I kind of get the feeling that we.
Oh no, that's my new habit now that I can grow something. Makes me look smart when I do that. Well, yeah, I like how all your ideas, but then people are gonna say, you know, all the time, where's the money gonna come from? Or people don't do anything unless they're paid. Is that part of the plan where people are just
Yeah.
gonna get up and say, you know, let's do this because it has to be done?
Okay, yeah. There needs to be an assessment first. How is the money being spent? Are there some ways that we can reassess and reallocate now?
Yeah.
And we need to diversify. There's artists in our community, you know, and there's grants available for artists, and we need to be about the business of bringing in that money to support those kind of talents that people have, you know. And I'm sure there's many, many more things that people do out there, you know, like our students at the school have a button business. Why don't we have, you know, a max on what people can spend? That's another thing that concerns me about this election is you have to, it's like duplicating what happens on outside. You have to have the big bucks,
Yeah.
you know, in order to get the flyers, the mailing, the buttons.
I was
the
looking at
signs.
all this.
Oh.
I've never seen that many signs.
I know.
I see like one candidate has about 5-6 signs within a couple rows there. How? Well, I don't want to ask how they get that money, but what?
No, but
what does that try to prove? You know?
Okay, yeah. What does that try to prove? What it tries to prove is that they have money.
Yeah, you think about people with I don't want to say. You know, there's people behind them with that money that are gonna want something. You know, if it gets to that point, they get elected, and then what they believe and what they got voted in for is gonna be pushed aside because of the people that help them get those signs and stuff. They're gonna want their cut or they're gonna want their money's worth.
Yeah, but just think about another scenario about this whole thing. Wonder if there's some quiet woman or man in their home, soft-spoken, but has that spiritual strength. They're not going to come out and advertise, but yet they have what we need. You know, we all have that, and that strength. But it's for some people, it's like buried underneath the going down another road, not the red road. And I just think that there should be, along with not vote buying, there should be a cap on how much is spent.
Yeah.
I mean, and if we're going to continue this sign business, let's outlaw signs until we have a sign company here in Red Lake.
Yeah.
Till someone starts up and said, my business might not do so well, but look at the thousands of dollars that are going in that every 2 years for this.
I think that Gonvick is that place at Gonvick. I think they're the one that's making the most money during
Gonvick and Arrow and all these businesses there. What do we get back? We get to see all this stuff on the road and say, dang,
Yeah,
it's not even.
Well, it's gonna BSU, like the fall time, election season. You see, you can hardly pull out of the streets without all them big bunch of
Yeah,
signs there.
yeah.
And I've never seen it this bad before. And
I know. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it shouldn't. There should be a cap on it. I mean, come on, please. Mailing after mailing after mailing, glossy this and glossy that. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Are we really going to be sucked in by that glossy?
Yeah.
Are we really going to be sucked in by the amount that people can afford to send and beat you over the head, either in or back in? Come on. We're about more than that.
Yeah.
People. Oh. Hey, I got good news. Good news. I worked down at Center School when I was pregnant with my youngest daughter, and one of the students there got my flyer because I could afford to on my little income from substitute teaching send out a flyer once. And anyway, so he gets it. He calls me up because the number's on there, and he's going to be passing around my flyers. I mailed him a bunch. Isn't that cool? 37 years ago, man, someone calling me up and saying, hey, I know who you are, and he knew me then, and I'm the same person now.
Yeah.
Ain't no facade. There ain't no two faces here, What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
I'm real, I'm honest, I have integrity. I'm strong. I'm self-determined. That's what I wish for our whole nation. My love for the people has got me where I'm at today. To run in this, tribal politics can be really thick.
Yeah.
And sometimes really ugly.
No.
You know what? People, like I interchange with people, and I can pretty much read people. And I thought, geez, how come she's not really engaging in a conversation? She may vote for someone else, so be it. We don't have to have that distance between us. Come on, be friendly. Don't let this divide us. If it's dividing our people, then it's no damn good.
That's a good point.
Get back to the circle. Can I say damn? I just
You
did.
sure can.
Right on.
No,
Hey, the coffee here at the C Shop is excellent. And
It
for the
is.
Spanish people out there, it's excellent.
All right, you have any closing remarks before we wrap it up? Just go right ahead.
Oh, wrap it up. I just wish the best for our people and extend my love to each and every home that has the internet that can pull this in.
Yeah.
And let's just really share the love and share the belief and share the goodness and share the kindness. And let's do something for our elders on the reservation. I really hope that they won't be forgotten. I really hope that can change. They need to be brought back into a prominent position and respected. And it's great. I just really feel good, at the elder gathering. But one time a year doesn't get it for the reservation elders.
That's true.
But bless our children, bless our families, and the love for the people will see us through. However this turns out, I'll still be a woman. Win or lose, I'll still be a woman. It was kind of difficult. Do I say chairman? Chairperson? But hey.
Yeah, I just been putting chair candidate.
Chair, yeah.
Chairwoman, chairman. Whatever.
Well, I want a position at the table.
Yeah.
To be able to carry some of these ideas through and be the team player with the rest of the council, and then extending out to the communities, the programs, and be inclusive. Be inclusive.
Yep. It's the main thing. Get everybody involved so everybody can.
Yeah, that everyone counts. We all do better when we all do better.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that was a thorn in my side, seeing the divide between the haves and have-nots.
Yeah.
But anyway, me good.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. And good luck.
Yeah,
It's gonna
thank
be
you.